The crisis in music education. Why universities must prioritize the arts. In the ever-evolving landscape of higher education, a troubling trend is emerging. Universities across the UK are turning their backs on the arts and humanities, and music is bearing the brunt of this neglect. From Oxford Brookes to Goldsmiths, the fight to preserve music departments is becoming increasingly desperate. Now, the esteemed music department at Cardiff University, known for its robust resources and reputation, is facing a 90-day consultation that could lead to its closure. This is not just a local issue. It's a national crisis that threatens the very fabric of our cultural education. The challenges facing music education are symptomatic of a larger malaise within the British university system. Years of underfunding, reckless expansion, and misguided priorities have left institutions scrambling for solutions. Vice-chancellors, fixated on flashy building projects and bureaucratic systems, have lost sight of what education should truly be about. The reliance on a dwindling stream of international students, particularly from China, has only exacerbated the situation. Redundancies and restructuring are rampant, and while STEM subjects are not immune to cuts, Aston and Hull are set to close their chemistry programs. The arts and humanities are suffering the most. Iconic courses in languages and English literature are disappearing, and music is at the forefront of this decline. If a prestigious university like Cardiff can shutter its music department, what hope is there for the future of music education elsewhere? The decline in music degree enrollments is alarming, driven by a broader societal trend that undervalues the arts. Schools are cutting back on instrumental lessons and theatre trips, while politicians dismiss the importance of arts education. The prevailing belief seems to be that pursuing a career in the arts is a risky gamble, yet many professionals in law, diplomacy, and finance argue otherwise. They emphasize that what truly matters is attending a reputable university and achieving good results, regardless of the subject. Sadly, universities themselves appear to have forgotten the intrinsic value of arts disciplines. Administrators, fixated on profit margins and business models, view humanities departments merely as budget lines to be trimmed. The recent comments from Cardiff's Vice-Chancellor, who suggested that the presence of 2 music schools in Cardiff justified the closure of the university's music department, reveal a fundamental misunderstanding of the unique roles these institutions play. The Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama and Cardiff University serve different purposes, and their coexistence should be seen as a strength, not a liability. The future of music as an academic discipline hangs in the balance, particularly the study of music history, which is under severe threat. While some lecturers may find refuge in related fields like sociology or film studies, the core of music education is at risk of being lost. With the current utilitarian mindset dominating university leadership, it's hard to envision a future where a minority arts subject like music is preserved. What we need is a radical rethinking of how we approach arts education. Imagine a small institution dedicated entirely to the history of the arts, where students immerse themselves in music, art, architecture, and literature for 3 transformative years. This would be a place where the curriculum is rich and varied, allowing students to explore the connections between different art forms and historical contexts. Picture studying Monteverdi alongside the Italian Renaissance, or examining the Impressionists in the context of Haussmann's Paris. Field trips would bring these lessons to life, creating a vibrant learning environment. This institution would not only offer full degrees, but also flexible options for mature students eager to engage with the arts. Extracurricular activities like choirs, orchestras, and creative writing classes would thrive, fostering a community passionate about the arts. The leadership would prioritize intellectual inquiry over bureaucratic red tape, ensuring that teaching is rigorous and discussions are lively. You might wonder about employability in such a setting. The truth is, Employers often value the deep academic skills honed in traditional universities more than the superficial content of many contemporary courses. However, we could still incorporate meaningful work experience opportunities in arts organizations, archives, and even law firms, ensuring that students are well prepared for the job market. While it's essential to study the political influences on art, this should be done within the appropriate historical context. The current trend in humanities education often prioritizes contemporary issues over classical works, but this approach may not align with what students truly desire. There's a compelling argument for creating a space that allows for a different kind of inquiry, one that respects the arts as a serious field of study, free from ideological constraints. Skeptics may argue that such a vision is unattainable in today's university landscape, but similar models exist, particularly in the United States. Institutions like the Courtauld and Warburg Institutes offer focused studies in the arts, while the Open University once thrived on interdisciplinary approaches. My own experience studying a combination of history, politics, French, and music taught me the value of a broad, interconnected education. Creating a university dedicated to the history of the arts may seem like a daunting task, especially in a system bogged down by bureaucracy. It would likely require private investment, but there are individuals in the UK who are passionate about supporting the arts. Imagine a group coming together to establish a legacy that cherishes the arts for their own sake, much like Thomas Holloway did when he founded a pioneering women's college. In a world where beautiful architecture and institutions devoted to intellectual inquiry seem increasingly rare, we must ask ourselves, can we not aspire to create spaces that celebrate the arts? The answer should be a resounding yes. The future of music and the arts in education depends on it.